guys, welcome back to my channel. Gonna get into our mini series. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Alright. Okay, what is the message? Alright, forgiveness heals. That's the message. Especially for you to blossom into let's see. Especially in a way that will help you be in this like Empress energy. Smelling the roses, waking up, right? Being in the present. Some of you guys are encouraged to be present. Whenever you feel yourself getting pulled back into the past, getting pulled into your thoughts, remember, be present. It's fine when you're in reflecting mode, right? But now when you're maneuvering through your day-to-day life and you constantly are in your own head or whatever the case may be, right? So deep down in the depths of your heart, right in the center, is something very powerful. It's the core of something. Yeah, that's what it's representing. So forgiveness heals. You're not just forgiving for the other individual, you're forgiving for your own sanity. You're forgiving for your own core of self, core of your heart, etc. See, your heart is not for everyone to use and receive and everything like that. No. See, a lot of people are so inconsiderate and entitled that they just feel like, oh yeah, you're a woman, so you're meant here to be pregnant. You're meant to carry. Only you can do it. Nigga, you don't tell me what I meant for. Right? But that's a whole nother situation. That's neither here nor there, right? But I was just getting this energy, especially with these energies being side by side, because when I started pulling, I seen forgiveness heals. And on the back it says, forgive yourself and others. Let go of the old story. Release any guilt and blame. Everyone is doing the best they can. This includes you. Kickstart the healing process by surrendering all the judgment and hurt. Your health and happiness will thank you. See, I feel like a lot of times when your mind, emotions, viewpoint, etc. is in a particular way, your messages will also change. They'll be different. Versus if you felt really non-forgiving, etc., then I feel like when you come across certain messages, you will probably attract messages that also come off in that way as well. Okay, so when you're in this more radiant energy, it's similar to whatever you're feeding something to, it grows, right? So I feel like feed things, feed the positive, feed yourself with nature, feed yourself with other things, just things that are good for you, especially if it ties to being present, forgiving. Yeah, and I feel like the results of this is going to help you really be at peace and really flourish. Because imagine being who you are, but your heart still being hindered and whatever the case may be. Margarita, what kind of advice would you like? If you would like any tarot reading or a card pull, You can send in a donation base, which is anything that you're able to afford. But if you would like advice, what advice are you needing? I also have life coaching, wellness coaching, okay, different things for minutes, hours, a month. Some can be longer. All right. Okay, so if you would like to get on the list, you can, anything that you're able to afford, you can go ahead and send to the link in my bio. Just scroll all the way down and you will see payment options. But some free advice that I can give you is any relationship that you have in the world, the best one is the one with self. All right, especially because you said advice particularly within relationships. So once again, if you want to get on the list, you can. I appreciate the support and everything. But if you're unable to get on the list, some free advice that I can give to you and other people when it comes to relationships is that the best relationship in life and one that you can have is one with yourself. All right? Thank you, love. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. We appreciate you asking, okay? Don't forget, you guys, give me a follow. Well, I'm not going to say give me a follow, right? If you would like to give me a follow, or if you would like to follow, don't forget to do so because you may never see my face again. Okay, welcome in, Miss Sunshine. Thank you guys for double tapping the screen. I appreciate it. Today is October 20th. It's a Monday. All right. Monday. What chakra is associated with Monday? Can't think. I have all these notes over here that I wrote yesterday. No, that wasn't yesterday. Okay. Let me put these down, y'all. I just be picking them up. Let me sit them over there real quick. So, being outside is very significant. Connecting with animals, connecting with nature. I'm seeing a dog, dragonflies. I'm seeing one dragonfly actually, but could be significant. Flowers. Like I said, nature, just outside energy. All of this is outside. Seeing a little hill in the back. I ain't seeing no mountains though. It's just a hill. Seeing birds. Well, a bird. Oh, but there's some in the sky as well. There's one that's in her hand. And there's some that's in the sky. This does look like a farm. Or earlier it didn't look like a farm, but when I showed it on camera, farm popped up in my head. So when I did a reading before, a farm was significant. Okay, painting, coloring, your inner child could be significant. Yeah, and this is dealing a lot with your inner child for sure. So once again, forgiveness heals. Whenever you get into this space to where you just in your head, in the past, you gotta grasp back, practice mindfulness, and get back centered into the present. Okay? Be gentle with yourself. There's no need to beat yourself up about things. Trust me, somebody else gonna do that for you. Alright, so at the end of the day, that's why it is grand to have the relationship with yourself. And I promise you, if your heart is closed off, how can you really develop that relationship with self and that relationship with others and just how you're feeling in the world? You don't want to feel miserable or not all the way okay or not whole, right? And the great thing is, you don't have to be. You can be happy. You can be. Life can be a vacation. It's meant to be that way. Renewal, the red chakra, your root chakra, is very significant. I know the other day we were talking about the crown chakra. So the root chakra, something could be going on with your legs, your spine, or your bones, or it's just something is significant with that. Okay, at least that's what the root chakra ties to. All right, when your root chakra is balanced, you'll feel safe, secure, and grounded. When your root chakra is imbalanced, you'll feel fear, instability, and anxiety. Okay? So maybe some chakra healing for sure could help. The color red usually signifies energy, strength, passion. It's associated with love, courage, excitement, and sometimes anger. All right? It represents action, power, vitality, the drive to do and feel deeply. We just said that. I just said that. The drive to do and feel deeply, and it's crazy that it's saying the drive. Ooh. Okay. Thank you. We gratitude to ourselves, to the invisible forces that work with us and not against us. Now let me tell you what the birds signify. All right. Birds signify freedom and higher perspective. Represents or symbolizes vision, clarity, aspiration, transition, communication. All right. Themes of, when it comes to birds or what it could tie to could be hope, awareness, independence, and expression. So even with you being in this energy, you're going to flourish, you're going to soar when it comes to your vision, when it comes to your clarity, when it comes to all these things. And you will probably be like, well, I wouldn't even think these things connect. But I'm telling you, everything is connected. The heart, the mind, or emotions, mental, physical, bodies, it's connected. Now, when it comes to dogs, okay? When it comes to dogs, dragonflies. The dragonfly at times can tie to lightness, adaptability, clarity, and it represents emotional maturity, all right, as well as adaptability again and inner transformation. Powerful energy. All right, now with our dogs, dogs can tie to loyalty and unconditional love. It represents faithfulness, protection, and compassion. Right. All right, Destin Conrad. This song is called In the Air. 4:16 on the clock. 2016, the year 2016. Yeah, that color yellow is significant. Okay, yellow can tie to happiness. Okay. The root chakra can also tie to physical and material stability, by the way. But when it comes to the color yellow, it can tie to happiness, intellect, clarity. Okay, it represents sunshine, positivity, curiosity, and mental energy. It can also signal alertness or caution. Right. That's why some of you guys will probably be more on high alert, more cautious, whatever the case may be, because you still need to forgive people for the things that they've done to you. Maybe you think you've forgiven just enough to the point where you can still connect with people or whatever the case may be. All right, I'm seeing somebody in this meditative form. She's meditating. So meditation could be significant. We got play here. Remember we talked about the inner child as well. On the back we have isolation. So some of you guys, See, I feel like your heart is low-key starting to be in this, and I don't even want to say it's your heart. I feel like it's just you doing this, and therefore, I mean, your heart is a part of you, so it's also causing your heart to, like, become hindered in that way. The heart, similar to the mind, when they be like, has a mind of its own, shit, the heart do. But it's just like, you're still in the driver's seat of all of these things, right? So I feel like now you're in this space. Some of you guys, you're possibly in this energy where you feel like ready for when something happens to you. Or I feel like you will be ready. Like, I feel like the same things that caused you pain and sorrow, I feel like that won't happen again. I don't feel like you'll be in situations like that again, really, because of the wisdom that you've attained and just this powerful energy, okay. But this can also be looked at in a shadow perspective, like prepared, like you're prepared for anything to happen, anything to go wrong. So being in this energy can cause you to not really connect with people. See, this is how people pick up on certain energies that are like, what do they call those? Schizophrenic. But I'm not saying every schizophrenic person, of course, is like that. But I'm just trying to think of the word I had in my mind. Alright, make sure you guys do double tap the screen for me. Double tap the screen for me. Double tap the screen for me. Alright. Let's get the live up to 5K, you guys. Let's work together. Get the live up to 5K. Let's double tap the screen, honey. I want to see the okay. There we go, Miss Christy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's double tap the screen. You're walking amongst the world. Look, I don't know if some of y'all asked why before, but this can be looked at in many ways. In a way to where I'm going to tell you to book a session to do this wise counseling, honey. Or in another way. It could be looked at in a different way too. Things have their positive and their negatives, right? That don't have to be everything in life. But just because with human beings on this plane, a lot of people, that's just what's going on, honey. That's what the shit is on. But that's possibly why the message is the way that it is. If that heart is still not 100% forgiving everyone that did you wrong or whatever the case may be, there will always be a part of you that is not fully in your essence of love. And that can even be when it comes to relationship with yourself and other people and even the world itself, seeing the beauty in things or whatever the case may be, you know? Heart chakra, all your chakras, everything about you is really important. So this is really the heaven that you were meant to create on earth, I don't feel like that could be felt for real. And when you even more disconnected from your spiritual team or yourself or whatever, that's even worse, okay? Because no progress, right? No progress, possible concerns. Yes, self-care is the best care. Self-care is the best care, I'm telling you. All right, I know you so used to hearing that, but it is the best carry. Did you do it? You tired of hearing it, but did you do it though? You are healing. Some of y'all did it. Some of y'all did. You are a person of high honor. That's why balance is being restored. This is going to bring renewal to your mind, body, and soul. The world on the inside is the reflection of the world on the outside. The world on the inside. It don't have to just be the heart. It could be all of the above. Mind, body, soul, anything that's connected to your person, your vessel, yourself. The world on the inside, whether that's depression, psychological stress, negative thoughts, whatever it is a reflection of the world on the outside. So life is going to feel a lot better, look a lot better, seem a lot better, because on the inside, you happy, you flourishing, you at peace. But if you're not at peace, you're going to see every problem in the world there is, but the thing is, you're going to make it a problem. In actuality, a lot of shit, like, it's not that deep. Humans make them that deep. We give ourselves our own karma. So you are needing to forgive. Forgiveness is going to help tremendously. Forgiveness is going to heal you. Bro, what the hell is these people doing outside? Y'all want to do everything just like the government. You want to do everything but help the people. I ain't gonna say the whole entire government, child, but shit, that's what it be seeming like. Like, y'all want to do all of this renovating, but you're not really doing nothing for real. You just drawing people in so they can live here, so that they could, as long as somebody living here, you getting paid. It's always a money thing. But instead of caring about the health, well-being, etc. of people, you care about making sure them pockets is aligning. And that can even start being y'all. Y'all can stop being these nice people, loving people, or at least it can be hindered a lot more because of the stuff that you went through. And you over here, you probably 30-something by now, 20-something by now, 50-something by now. And it's still something. Like, yeah, maybe you are still able to get in a relationship. Maybe da-da-da. Okay. But I'm telling you, the heart is really important. So yes, you guys, forgiveness is going to heal you, and it's also going to restore you. It is going to bring forth renewal. Not that you've forgotten everything that you've been through, but because you're enlightened and you're at peace now. So some of you guys, this may not be a walk in the park for you. But of course, if you keep telling yourself that mentally, then it's not going to be that. But a lot of times, forgiveness could just go a long way. Self-love and self-care techniques can go a long way. Going to go travel, just doing stuff again, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't sit in these energies. Some of you guys, you did it already. Or you're capable of doing it and you can reach that hill. Remember we was talking about that hill? Whole time you think something is a huge obstacle. Whole time it wasn't shit. And then you realize, look, you did it. You was crying, you was scared, you was in fear, you was holding grudges, you was upset, you was angry, whatever it is. Whatever your story is. But I know this is mainly talking about that forgiveness message at the moment, so. All right, what else? Look. It say give each other space. Some of y'all, you just need some solitude. right? Get that energy back how I need to be. Angel number 12 is significant. We got angel number 35 here. The pathway. Okay, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, I feel like you're just headed down a specific path to where you're going to start being the main character of your life again. To where you're going to start feeling like the queen and empress and divine feminine that you are. Gender fluid by all means. Okay? Roses are significant. Like the energy of love. Like that's literally what the message is. Love and forgiveness. But forgiveness can be involved within that. There's different messages here. Be present. Forgiveness heals. Renewal. Be a natural beauty. Right? But all of this together, like I said, because when I first seen the energy, I seen them apart like this. And that's how we on this message that we got today. And then when you look more into it, and then you chime in intuitively, or you read the cards itself, whatever the case may be, you're going to get more messages, right? Then you look at the pictures, the artwork, all that. But like I said, that's how I got this main message, which was, I'm telling you now. And the crazy thing is, we already know this. So I'm able to get a message. Like, sometimes it's embedded. It's in the subconscious. It's somewhere, honey. It's somewhere. I can't give nothing that I don't know. If I don't know it, if I do not know it, it do not exist. So, come on. I'm even looking like, okay. You know, so it's in there. I'm telling you, it's in there. You just need that reminder from yourself or like-minded individuals, child. Oh, yeah. See, this is why you're abundant, because of that hard work that you've been through, that you've been doing. You've been working really hard in your life, and trust me, I'm not talking 9 to 5, honey. But maybe you've been doing a lot of that, too. But when I say labor, you've been through it. Life been walking you like a dog, honey. And I feel like you're still able to show up and be this loving individual and all of these things. Although you could show up better. And I'm not saying that in a way like putting your heart on a scale. No, I'm saying you've been hindered. And although chef's kiss with the energy that you're still possessing, it's just like some of you guys, there's still a little bit more work that you need to do on that heart of yours. Still some forgiveness that needs to be said. Still some healing that needs to be done. And that's how you heal it, right? Somebody telling me, well, how do I heal this? Oh, time heals. Well, forgiveness heals. This will set you free. And this will, I'm telling you, what's that energy I'm getting? It's like similar to a transition, but union, integration is what I'm looking for. Golden retrievers are significant. Oh yeah. This life of yours is abundant, and it's going to be abundant, honey. It's all about recognizing your own power, though. But sometimes, how can you fully step into your power or fully live the life that you're meant to live if your heart space is not even, I'm telling you, some of y'all probably think, oh, the heart, that's just my heart. You don't just use your heart for relationships, child. That's not all your heart is capable of experiencing or feeling, or that's not why your heart even exists. That's what I was saying earlier. It's not, oh, because my heart is used to love people. No, it's used to love all things. Feel and love and whatever, all things. That's why I said seeing the beauty in things, nature, it's giving that. This helps in other areas of your life as well. This helps with your vision. This helps with other, remember we talked about that with other stuff. That at least your vision is significant. And I feel like your heart could play a part in it, just like how they say if you have one chakra that's imbalanced, of course the other ones are not going to function at 100%. It's similar to that. So if you have your heart that's imbalanced, of course other things and areas in your life is going to seem just as imbalanced. But when you at peace and you've healed and you've forgiven and everything like that, see, some people think that you can't be healed, especially 100%. And that's the limiting, restrictive belief that's going to get them every time. That's why I say if you're going to have any belief, you got to make sure that it's not restrictive, it's not limiting, it's not fear-based. Look, some of y'all, it's in your hands. It's in your hands. Destiny. It's inside you. Some of you guys could be feeling things within your body, whether it's within your stomach, whether it's on the lower area. I ain't gonna say too much, even though it shouldn't even be looked at like that. Like, so many things are looked at as explicit, bruh, because it's been sexualized and a whole bunch of other stuff. You can't even have an adult conversation without feeling inappropriate. That's what I'm saying. But see, you don't have to be limited to that. Yeah, see, I feel like your expectation is probably what's gotten you in this energy. Like, you probably expected people to do right by you. You probably expected people to do this and do that. And that's why you effed around and found out. Because that's why I'm saying, see, that's why generational curse breakers, that's why it's a beautiful thing. See, someone abused their power in your life. A lot of you guys, it was a masculine energy. Yeah. And I feel like this is what's really placed you in like a certain energy, these experiences. Because now your priorities started changing, and you went from being a yes man to just delivering motherfuckers' no's and setting boundaries and a whole bunch of other stuff. But I feel like that heart, it never left it. It's still the same way, but it's just been hindered. That's it, right? So maybe you love a little differently. Love with, I wanted to say boundaries, but that's healthy though. So I'm trying to say love with still kind of holding back or something like that. Something, honey. It's like trust falling, but not trust falling for real. See, y'all the real deal. You the real deal. You have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of wisdom, really. Some of you guys, you have a lot of things that can actually make you a wealthy person. Oh yeah, whoever you is, I know people should be proud. Almost giving you kisses on your feet when they see you, like they did back in the day. Because for people to really be able to say, oh, that's my cousin. Oh, that's my daughter. Child. But the crazy thing is, these very people probably be looking at you upside the head like they don't like you. Or like they see something wrong with whatever you do. But see, that's the thing. Not everybody will get it. Not everybody will like you. Not everybody will, none of those things. But that don't mean that you have to also keep your heart even more closed off. It's already closed off enough. You don't need no more of your mind telling you, okay, cool, bet. We matching energy. We don't need no more of that, okay? We got to be done matching energy at this point, because this is not good for you individually. F them. Respectfully. But this is really about you and the way you show up in your own life, and when you go after your dreams, when you live, I'm telling you, waking up smelling the roses type of energy. Some of y'all the type to wake up and smell roses for real, but you don't even do that because you depressed. That's what I'm saying. How can you really flourish or blossom into this version of yourself when that heart chakra is blocked off? Because you don't just use it for people to come and love you and everything else. You have this heart so that you can love and everything else. But some of y'all, your heart been shattered, so it's been hindered. So I feel like when you forgive and everything else, see, some of y'all haven't been around. You haven't been around. You've been in your own energy. You've been in isolation. But who the hell told you to do that, my love? Isolation ain't doing enough for you. You keeping yourself away from shit. You keeping yourself away from sunlight. You keeping yourself away from nature, which all of these things heal you. So you ain't really doing anything but self-sabotaging. And that sounds crazy, right? See, this is why you've learned how to protect yourself now. Because now you're enlightened. This doesn't mean that you love anybody any less, but you just love yourself. You're mastering self-love. I ain't been around. Okay, she's saying her little lyrics, honey, but I just like how the song is, okay? I don't condone. Do what you want to do, but ain't no judgment, but I just like the song, child. I just like how yeah. Yes, so you can show up how you want to show up in the world. The heart chakra. Some of y'all heart chakra low-key first became hindered in your childhood. Because maybe of bullying or whatever the case may be. You probably thinking you good, but nah, you ain't good, bruh. See, this ties to your sense of self. You will be disconnected from self. You can't fully connect with self. I'm not going to say what you can or can't do, but I'm just trying to give the message, right? Or not trying, but your heart is everything. Your heart is everything. And this, we're talking about energy here, okay? We're not talking about your physical heart. We're not talking about your heart, okay? Out of your organ. Where literally is the energy of love. And it's tying to your sense of self, your personal power, your willpower. It's tying to all of those things. Even your knowing of who you are and what your contribution is as a person that's existing in the world. If you believe that you have like a purpose and like all this stuff, right? But see, that heart chakra, you thought it was something light, but that's what's tied to your passion. That's what's tied to this. That's what's tied to that. That's what make you wake up in the morning and be, and sometimes you can even be in that energy and then it can shift, right? See, that's why you don't put all it's similar to that saying, giving a person the power to feed you is giving them the power to starve you, right? You don't give people that much power over you, baby. That's why you be depressed. That's why you be stressed. Nobody told you to do none of that, and a lot of times that's because of your own trauma. Maybe you do that because you know what happened with your parents. Like what happened in your childhood. Like what happened. All right. So this can put out that fire. This can put out, you know. See, some of y'all, you didn't got into this space of just kind of letting yourself go for some of y'all. And this don't have to be like, don't like get offended, okay? But it's like letting yourself go in a way as some of y'all probably experiencing poverty right now when you really are meant to be wealthy, right? But maybe the things that you went through, especially that hindered you, it made you feel sad, it made you feel hurt, it made you feel something, right? Next thing you know, this interfered with your communication. This interfered with how you show up in the world. This interfered with this, that. Not just your relationship and, oh, I got trust issues, bear with me. No. Love overall. Just like when you hear a love reading, you got to be reminded, this not just about romanticism. This ties to self. It can tie to relationships outside. You know, it's all of that. Yes, you did. You guys, I don't think I've asked for anyone to put their name and everything in the chat and ask, is it on my forehead or something? Which is in mine? Sometimes it's hard to work out our differences when we don't have enough space. So take a step back to create room for authentic conversation. Perhaps you need to consult with a therapist to guide you through the emotional ticket or thicket. Or maybe you just need some new tools for healthy communication. Whatever it is, don't try to fix it right now. Give each other space. Yeah, because see, some of y'all, you're not ready to handle or fix something like right now, right then and there. That's okay. Be gentle with yourself. Your feelings are valid. But just be mindful to not sit in energy, because in actuality, you're only hindering yourself and you're only not able to blossom into this version of yourself that you could be. Not for other people, but for you. You probably are not going to ever really fully see and feel and live. I'm telling you right now. So, yes, I understand the way that you approach life. You had high expectations and all this other stuff. It's not, damn, what the hell was I saying? This says, trust your intuition, risk it. A whole sentence. Trust your intuition, risk it. Risk it. Period. Isolation on the back with impartiality, heart chakra. Look, and she's talking about, she said, I got my eyes wide open. I wasn't trying to share that lyric, but I thought she was going to say it again. Yeah, see, maybe people who you feel like have more power over you. See, that's what I'm saying. Maybe like remember going back to being a kid. Thank you for the gift. See, you different. See, and some of y'all, you had people who were older than you who possibly were abusing their power. They came off a bit unfair. Maybe it seemed like you couldn't speak. Maybe it seemed like you couldn't do something. And this really hinders a child. This hinders kids for real. I'm not saying be upset with people and blame them and point the finger, because that's the case. You're going to be pointing fingers for generations, right? So it's really about, it's just deeper. Hey, thank you so much. So yeah, what's the worst that can happen? Okay, actually, because every time somebody say that. But anyways, for real though, what's the worst that can happen? Like, you went through the worst things in your life ever. You will never be at your worst self again. You know, this is only help. Like, blessings are just as grand as blessings. And a lot of times that's why you're showing up how you're showing up in today's time. But don't keep the heart closed off. Some of y'all probably feel like it's not 100% closed off. Okay, I don't care if it's 2% closed off. It's a problem, because it's interfering with you and what you can attract in the world. It's interfering with your abundance even. And last time I checked, yup, collective was meant to live an abundant life. So you have free will. Either you can leave this life and just be miserable and never create the legacy that you've always could, or you can allow the things that you went through that brought you pain and everything else to interfere with how you could have been living, what you could have been doing, what you could have been experiencing. That's why they say they live in their life, they da. Not in a way that shows, oh yeah, they living their best life, they da. No, people get karma for real. But I'm saying, people, it's like moving on, forgiveness, not moving on and forgiving for other people because you're over what they've done. No, I don't want to keep repeating myself. That's what it's given. But 122. Angel number 35 is here. Angel number 10 is here. Angel number 4 is here. Okay. With angel number 4, it ties to foundation. Right. That's what I'm saying. The foundation with self as well. Okay. All right. It also ties to stability, structure, and order. All right. The builder and planner of life. Ties to discipline, practicality, reliability, security, grounding, endurance. And remember, the root chakra was significant. Oh, thank you. I did not see this. Yes, you guys, right now I am not doing free questions. I don't know if I have drop your name on my forehead, but y'all have to remember, everyone is a human being in the world. You see me as a tarot reader, right? That don't mean I'm like a machine. Oh, when I see a tarot reader, let's just go comment our name. Let's just go type in a question. Y'all know that in real life, right? But sometimes I guess people forget that tarot readers are human beings, right? Spiritual beings and human bodies is what we all are. So I appreciate her for saying that. I was like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? So I had to say that because I don't want people in the collective distracted with other people's foolery. So I'm going to go ahead and say this for you guys because you're distracting my collective. Okay? No spamming, you guys. Well, she probably not distracted, but I know I used to be in people live, and I would like try to help them with their live and everything like that, which I appreciate you for that. But sometimes, y'all, I was needing to focus on the message rather than everything else. So maybe everybody wasn't like that, but for me experiencing it, that's why I probably looked at it like distracting my collective, because that for sure was distracting me. I'd be commenting. I'm moderators and shit. So yeah, you guys, but if you do want to get on the list, I do have deals, sales going on, especially if you are unable to afford my prices. I have donation base. You can send in whatever you can afford. Oh my day, cause it's the 1 million. 1 million? Beyond Tarot, thank you so much for the compliment. And I can't believe someone stole. Well, I can't believe it. I can. I am also a survivor of people stealing shit, lump sums of money, all that. See, that sucks that you experienced that, but see, we give ourselves enlightenment for what we experience so that we don't go crazy and knock people across the head. See, it's okay. Karma gonna knock some sense into him, I'm telling you. Hey, Miss Kels. Welcome in, welcome in. Yes, that's crazy. That's completely crazy. People be so greedy. And at the end of the day, we still be so giving, so loving, so helpful. And that's what I feel like y'all should continue to be, because that's who you are. You didn't come in the world as a greedy son of a bitch. Okay? Excuse my language. You came in the world as a rare energy at this point. If you go based off all the people that exist in the world today, honey, okay. That's why I said, y'all, like, people should be really proud, kissing your feet like they did back in the day. We can't, okay? Because some people gonna look at it like, oh my gosh, you're self-righteous, you're, okay? And it's just like, yo, these things existed before. You heard of Queen Elizabeth? Like, people were really queens of their country and all this shit. But then you have people starting to abuse power and create rules and all this stuff. So let's go ahead and get on a boat. Go on over there to the islands. One that is not government based, okay? Something somebody didn't claim. All right, and just boom, there you go. Like how they did it back in the day. I'm telling you, all this stuff existed already. All right, 4, 5, 6 on the clock. I know I was constantly supposed to be talking about this, talking about that, but y'all, I didn't forget. Now I'm about to get back to this. So I'm not talking about with y'all though. I know I was talking about stuff with you guys, but it was something else that I was supposed to be mentioning. I was supposed to be making a point, like two separate points. I can't even remember. But it's time to come out of isolation, or some of you guys, you're coming out of isolation now. You could be hearing sirens and stuff. 911 angel number. Yes. 311 on the clock. But little do you know, like right around the corner, I'm telling you, you're about to accomplish something. Some of you guys already accomplished something. For others of you, the end result is fulfilling your destiny. I feel like that's naturally happening because you're literally naturally forming into like these different versions of yourself. And I feel like the end goal is, or the end result is like the best version of yourself. And I mean, hey, maybe there's no finish line to growth, right? Maybe you can always be better. But at the same time, hey, What's better than this? Besides, okay, now I know. Okay, I see. It's not talking about your value or your mind. It could be better, or your whatever. Or that's not what I try to say with the mind thing. Let me just try to say what I am trying to say. Okay, the heart. Remember we was talking about the heart already? That's something that can continue to be better, right? Because your heart is the way that it is right now, but it can be better, okay? So not necessarily like, well, damn, you said I could be better. But more like who you're capable of, like, becoming. Not that you're not all in the bag of chips, but simply like how more you can love, how more you can do this, right? So in a sense that has nothing to do with your physical appearance or this and that. I really wasn't trying to say physical appearance, but whatever I do be trying to say, for some reason, I can't say it. I be forgetting what I'm trying to say, and I have to say something else. And I have to let y'all know that that wasn't quite what I was trying to say, but whatever, right? All right, but yeah. We are not expanding, we are dying. Okay, give me the puzzle. Like, y'all not even giving me a puzzle. They just want to end people live. You don't do the puzzle, your live gonna end. Like, you literally be moving and they say you're not moving. Like, I'm clearly moving. This song, No Cinderella by KWN. You ain't nobody's Cinderella, baby. I don't need saving, baby. And I don't even think Cinderella was necessarily saved. But apparently she fits sunglass slipper. But I ain't gonna say too much about that. I ain't gonna say too much. Because I don't want to come off negative. Because I probably look at this 5 years from now and be like, that was my trauma talking. I don't know, honey. It probably ain't gonna be like that. But since it popped up in my head, I was like, look, it probably come off a little negative, so we ain't gonna say that. It say, listen, grace, right? Because sometimes we hear a message, we go back to like, all right, anyways, back to the norm. So don't forget these messages, y'all. Yep, this is your life. This is your life at the end of the day. Card for Ruth is crazy. Go sit in the back. Go sit in the back, okay? Card for Rachel is crazy. Monkey see, monkey do. That's what it was. You could go sit in the back. Y'all think about what y'all done. Card for Bucky. Now hold the hell up. Hold the hell up. You gonna sit in the back too. Y'all think about what y'all done. Things coming in threes. Look, 5, 5, 5. What's this over here? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stick to it, honey. I'm gonna stick to it. Wait, what I do? Girl, I'm not talking about you, girl. I'm not about to play with her. Why you thought I was talking about you? Y'all need to accept compliments. even when it comes from the people of your community. Maybe you still learn how to heal and forgive them, but them compliments, I'm telling you. Now, Miss Sunshine, I'm talking about the individuals who came in here and they were like, this girl here, she's somebody. Continue, girl. Look, let me get back to it, girl. Yeah, for sure. Exactly. It has a lot to do with your empowerment. It has a lot to do with you accepting yourself. Look, healing. Exactly. So like I said, some of you guys, you could be on this path of healing, because I know for some of you guys, the message isn't always about what you need to do or you need to do it. Like sometimes you really did that shit, clock it. You really was healing. You really was doing the meditation. You really was doing the reflecting. You really was doing the journal. You really was doing the shadow. You really was doing it in the shadow. Yeah, but you like, damn, I gotta take care of myself now. I done did this, did that. Broke my back trying to do this. Gave the shirt off my back. Now I ain't got no clothes. Whatever the case may be. Nah, I gotta protect me now. I've been protecting everybody else. I've been doing this. I gotta do that for me. I gotta do that for me. So you're really alchemizing. You're really doing a lot of powerful stuff, actually. But remind you, this message may not be for everyone. You gotta go. Bye. You gotta go, honey. I ain't gonna say too much. Yeah, y'all went through a lot of stuff. That's why you're a mystic. That's why you're a seer. That's why you're a healer. That's why a lot of things, right? All right, we got the polar bear coming out. It ties to mystic. It says, know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry shaman. You carry the shaman within. Ooh. Shaman energy. Which is similar to healer, as I recently discovered. I have to double check myself. I heard that word of mouth. I didn't really do my own research on it. See, I'm one of them people that for some reason I don't need to look at the definition. But then I realized, them definitions be beneficial. Because when I say not look at the definition, I mean it's like for some, I don't know if I already learned this shit before. It's just I already know what the hell it means. And with some things, right? But even the words that I already know, even for the hell of it, I looked at the definition of it and was flabbergasted. Yep, I was. So that's why I really don't mind looking up any and every word. Even the ones that I feel like I already know. Because it be giving me some downloads. And you will think you know what something means the whole time. That wasn't even the case. But yeah, see, whatever you was waiting on, trying to achieve, it can be done now. And the main thing that it should be, it needs to tie to self. Because at the end of the day, if that heart chakra is not where it needs to be, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, everything is going to be simply because you're not thriving as your best self. You're not thriving as this. You're not thriving as that. You're not thriving as this. You're not thriving as that. This is going to enter other areas of your life. Yes, that too. Yes, regardless. This is why some people victimize themselves. This is why some people ask, why? Why me? Why? This is why some people be angry as fuck in the world. This is why a lot of people hate other people in the world who they don't even know. This is why this. This is why that. This is why. This is why. This is why. This is why. That's why they say look in the mirror, because shit, you be thinking, oh, it's this person, but it's this person, is that. Whole time, babe. Your feelings are valid. But what can we do right now? What can we do right now? Them people, they just like that shit because maybe they own trauma. It's not validating it, but it's just bringing you peace, giving you enlightenment. Nobody grows up in the world and wishes to be the world's most hated, right? Some people think kids are born evil. That's why I tell people, if you're going to have beliefs, which is basically things that you believe in, but you don't have facts that it's true. That's why I tell people, if you're going to believe in anything, at least let it be positive. Damn. You know what I'm saying? But then they want to go around calling you delusional. That word should not exist. Especially when we're talking about certain things. Alright, thank you guys for the likes, the shares, the follows. Okay, if you haven't been double tapping, please double tap. Alright, please do not spam the chat. Alright, you guys are big girls, big guys. Okay, you know better. Okay, don't do that. Okay, unexpected money is coming in. I'm seeing something about lovers. I'm telling you, this is going to change the relationships you attract, how you show up in relationships. Shit, you probably thought you gave top tier in that last relationship, but I'm telling you, hands down, it's going to be just as amazing in these other ones, especially when you're not operating from a space of trauma or victimization, etc. To be alive. Growth. That's what I'm saying. Now the message is complete. That's what I'm saying. Having a blocked or hindered heart chakra is preventing something from flourishing. It's preventing something from exceeding into where it can go. See, y'all know me. When I'm done with a message when I feel like I didn't say what I needed to say. And I feel like I was, but see, I probably got the message through an hour ago, to be honest. Yeah, I probably did. I probably did. Yeah, see, some of y'all got into this space to where you like, you know what? I don't even care. You got money, what's up? Take me on a date. I don't like you for real. I don't plan on dating you. Give me free food. Buy me some jewelry. We good. Facts. You'll never hear from me again after that. I'll be talking to somebody else doing the same thing. See, that wasn't you though before. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't let people change you. You can't let people hinder you. So that means you're going to have to do different forms of work. Work on yourself mainly is mainly what's going on. Spend it on me. See, I hate I had to block you like that. I had to block you, okay? I be trying not to block people because I know I be spitting that shit. But at the same time, y'all listen. Like, that was, you heard me say don't do that. But anyways. Yeah. Y'all like, I don't want to hear none of that. I don't care about none of that. But no, you supposed to have the knight in shining armor and everything else. You can keep your home. Yep, it's a new day, honey bun. That happened in 2013. That happened in 2001. That happened, yeah, in 2025, but it was 8 months ago, 7 weeks ago. Regardless, it wasn't today. Oh my goodness. See, okay, we ain't gonna entertain it. 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 Just like a narcissist, you don't entertain them. You just let them sit there and be stupid. Because guess what? They crave attention. So you don't give it to them. I win. Okay. We ain't gonna, okay. It's not about winning. Okay. 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 We know. I'm just kidding, you guys. Alright, but yeah. That's pretty much the message I have. Yeah. The only thing that was saving a lot of people was the heart that you have. That was pretty much it. But you got to stop playing with people who are capable of loving people. Who are capable of giving and receiving love. Welcome in. 999 66. Yeah. You left your ego at the door. But they didn't leave theirs. But that's not your problem. You ain't nobody personal God, healer, etc. By all means, if you feel called to give somebody a little lecture, that's you. Damn, what? I was finna make some type of point. I forgot the point. Yep. All that hard work you didn't put in. But see, you gotta also make sure you don't start becoming a narcissist or very egocentric. But miracles are about to happen. Miracles could already be happening. I'm seeing infinite possibilities, especially when you shift into this energy that I was talking about. You're going to see the miracles that was already here. Why is miracle and miracles right here with each other? It's the energy of miracle. Wait, it's right there. Can you see that? Can't even see it for real. Woodpeckers, them birds. Angel number 3. 333. What is that song? Hold on. Or not song, but I'm feeling that indie, like I'm feeling that indie alternative vibe, like. Okay. Okay, I can get jiggy with this, I guess. Well, I ain't have it in mind, but yeah, don't bite your tongue. Speak up, honey. Speak up. Love this song, really. Bad habits, Steve Lacy. See, this bad habit energy can also be significant for the collective. Maybe just have this bad habit of, what is it? What is the bad habit? If you don't have the bad habit, don't allow yourself to be projected on, honey, okay? We're not talking about you. But sometimes we all have our own little work, okay? So, what is it? What is the bad habit? In terms of your heart, do you have a habit of jumping into situations heart first? All right, before you have even mastered self-love? Or even regardless, like, do you do that? Like hopeless romantic energy? Or is it in a sense of when it comes to corruption? You have a bad habit of going off the wheel, getting angry, or you have a bad habit of not really allowing yourself to be vulnerable or connected to people or whatever. I don't know. Well, I know, but it can be like a million things. But in matters of the heart, love, emotions, relationships, if you have a bad habit, what is it? Because it needs to get taken care of, just like everything else. What chakras are out of whack, out of balance? Okay, get them in balance. Get them into balance. Because some of y'all, you have a lot of fire. You have a lot of fire in your chart. Be a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. It says slow down. Some of y'all are probably aligning with reconsidering your commitments. Like maybe the things that you were saying no to, you're saying yes to. The things you were saying yes to, you're saying no to. Elle said their man blocked them without no reason. Yes. Okay, that was nicer than the way I was going to say it. So I'm going to say, honey, he's not your man. It's not your man. It's not your man. I'm nice. I don't know why I was going to say it like that. I'm really nice for real. Like, so I don't need any harm. Distant horizons. Okay, so what we talking about? What we talking about for real? Okay, so I sent that message. I'm going to hop into a different message. And then I'm going to get off. Yep. Exactly. That's the energy. Emerging. Remember I was saying integration? Thank you. But exactly. Say, for instance, your heart chakra being the way that it is, right? Say if you meant to get to this amount of something, but with your heart chakra being hindered, you're only able to get here with something. Right. So imagine being here, that means you probably in poverty, because this is also affecting your finances, because it's also going to affect your drive, your willpower, your passion, etc. See, here you wealthy, you at peace, right? You can coexist in a world full of low vibrational beings who are blind, okay, etc. Ain't no going back. Ain't no, oh, I was woke and then I did come into healing and now I'm back doing the same stuff and I'm da-da-da and I get angry again. Now I'm back traumatized. Now I'm going back and... No, we're not talking about that. So, you was here, but then you experienced life. Now you here. And this has nothing to do with your value. It has nothing to do with this and that. No. We're talking about your heart, right? And remember, there's no limits, right? There's no limits to love. Either you love something or you don't. So... love, it's powerful, it's infinite, whatever, okay? Your heart chakra has been hindered. So now you probably show up in this amount than this, only because you can't fully get here yet because of trauma, of victimization, of pessimism, of anything. And that's all because of the pain that you've endured in life. See, you probably think, I'm showing up, I'm doing this, you know, I'm able to, I feel myself healing again, you know, that's great, that's amazing. You feel yourself healing. You get into a better energy, but at the same time, pay attention, pay close attention. Is there something that's off? Is there something that could be better? Like when it comes to the heart, do you still have trust issues? This and that. Yes. The heart has to heal, not just 50% though. And remember, we're not talking about the organ. We're not talking about your heart as an organ, but an energy and something that's infinite. So that means you, yourself, the foundation of self, how you show up in life, your relationship with self, with others, etc. Love overall in any area of life, whether it's within nature, within people, whatever, within self. If this is hindered, that means that you may not be showing up as your authentic self. The version of, see, you probably showing up as that version of yourself who went through all of this stuff, and you probably in your healing phase. See, that's who you showing up as, but not necessarily as the individual who healed all of those things, and now it's almost like you have a brand new heart again. It's almost like you never went through any of those things, right? See, some of y'all, you're not there yet. Some of you guys, you are, period. But for others of you guys, you still got some work to do on that heart chakra. It's important. It's important. Because I know when you think about chakra, see, some of y'all, if when I say chakra, you probably going to minimalize it and then just focus on the heart chakra. But no. Just the essence of love, the energy, which is chakra is energy. But for those who started to minimalize it, because I don't know why they started popping up in my head, but I'm telling you. See, some of y'all, you could be showing up with gratitude and seeing the miracles and everything else, but maybe it's not at the extent that you could see and feel it, right? That's what I'm saying. That's the message. That's the message. See, you was meant to be in this privileged lady energy. I don't have the card right here, but it says you in this energy. What the hell? What the hell? Right. See, like you was when you was a little bitty baby before you went through things. Yeah, we need to go back to that. See, sometimes I be taking an hour or two to say what I want to say, but that's because I haven't said it in that way that I wanted. But then next thing you know, when I get off live, I'm like, I could have just said it like this. Boom. It would have took not even 5 seconds, because it would have been a sentence. Just like you did. Just like you said. Love it on full capacity. But I be wanting to get specific, like. But anyways, yeah, basically. But sometimes we feel like that doesn't matter, like, because we're still soaring and, oh, we going on vacation now. But you're not really going to be at peace when you go on vacation. You're not going to really wake up and really smell the flowers for real. You're not going to really enjoy things for real, like back how you possibly would have before you went through anything in life. So there's infinite possibilities. It says you are with the unicorn here. See, unicorns, butterflies. All right. Okay, so it says you are the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. We were literally talking about love, okay? Beauty transforms you. Okay, listen to the spirits of light. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become the legendary. Damn. Okay, and have y'all ever seen that stuff that they do to people's bodies when they got a glass, put fire in it or something, and they put it on people's bodies? It's like a meditative thing or a masseuse thing or whatever. Something about that is significant, like something being similar to, like, if you see a stamp, somebody stamped some on a paper. It's something of this energy. I'm trying to put my finger on it. Okay, we still talking about matters of the heart. Okay, it's similar to leaving a stain on somebody's brain, similar to somebody still being scarred by something. Okay, so you're still scarred by something. So a lot of you guys are still scarred by something. And I feel like you showing up in the world as the average person would probably show up. But it's like you walking, and that was the point I was trying to make earlier. Put a pin in whatever I was just trying to say. It's like you're very different, but it's like you may do things as probably other people would. You probably work a 9 to 5, or you probably whatever. But you're very, I'm not saying nobody else special, you know. But it's something, maybe it's because your heart, how your heart is. See, everybody's heart not like that, because a lot of times it gets hindered in their childhood. And I told y'all it happens to the best of us, right? Because some people, damn, I forgot what the hell I was trying to say, because I'm trying to read a comment. Thank you for the rose. You know, a rose is 1 cent. But I do thank you. Appreciate that. Because now I got 1 cent. Okay. He said, I'm going through actual pain. I'm not about to play. And see, you may be going through actual pain. So me smiling, it probably didn't do nothing for you, right? But honey bun, how are you? I'm going through something too. You know what I'm saying? So what somebody, I hope you don't trauma dump on people. And I also hope next time you come in the live, you just listen to the collective a bit, okay? I do have deals and sales going on. If you would like to get on the list, I do provide advice and a lot of other things, okay? Very beneficial. Very beneficial. Other things, okay? Very beneficial. Very beneficial. Yes, ma'am. Alrighty. Bye. Okay. 1 second, you guys. Go get my little doggy. Ooh-cha. All right. All right, Majesty. Don't forget, I do readings. I have life coaching sessions. Let me catch my breath, child. But yes, you guys, do not forget that I offer these services. All right? So if you've been trying to nurture yourself, heal yourself, help yourself, and it's still not working, dang. Let's talk. All right, I got free consultations. Deals, sales, list goes on. If you are of low income, don't worry about it. I got you. Okay. Now, this is a collective. It is free. Any and everyone is able to take a message from the collective. Right now, I am not doing individual free questions or anything like that. But if you guys do want to get on the list, you can. Okay? You can send in donations as well if you can't afford my prices. Donations are basically anything that you are able to afford. See, all of this stuff you've been through has really led you to self-discovery and like discovering other things as well. Just discover the energy of discovery overall, whether it's time to self or not. My Jonesy. Yep. That's where the vision coming in at. Okay. See, lessons are just as grand as blessings. Majesty. Did you hear what I said, love? Respectfully, anything like asking questions, regardless, you should go within, regardless of anything you do. I don't like to tell people what they should or should not do. But out of my own experience, instead of taking everybody else's messages or not even giving yourself the chance to discover something on your own, no problem. That happens. You grow up, people tell you be religious and other stuff. It's programmed. Cool. But in today's time, honey, let's do something different and let's start following our inner compass, inner wisdom, inner everything. Maybe a lot of people can't do that. Fine. I do provide life coaching, etc. And sometimes I even get on live out of my own life and day for free and give messages. But if you want a personal message, sometimes, like I said, I be having deals and sales going on. Next thing you know, I'm giving something for free. Individually. Whatever, right? I used to do that all the time. Free questions, all that. But a lot of stuff, it takes your energy. It drains your energy and everything. And I learned as I was experiencing life by myself that you don't need everybody else to tell you what to do, how to do, whatever case may be. You'll figure it out, right? Just like if I wanted to do a ritual for myself and use a candle, the main thing that I'm programmed and conditioned to do is to reach out to somebody else. Because what am I, chopped liver? I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know what I'm talking about, right? I was never taught that God lived inside of me, but I was taught by God, though. People, they going to teach you. They going to mislead you. They going to do everything. That is why the best relationship in the world is one with self. You put your trust in yourself. You put your faith in yourself. You be your own support team. You ain't got to worry about it. But you come in the collective. I'm sure we're all grown here. I don't know you personally to even pick up on if you're genuine or not for real. But I already said we can schedule a free consultation, etc. Okay? I never mind giving people free advice, ever. So if you have some advice, you want to drop a question in a comment, go ahead, honey. But if it's something like, will me and Paul get back together, something like that is taking energy, and I'm already doing a collective for free. If you can't hear a message out of here and take that with you and Paul, then maybe you have to get a personal, because right now I'm not doing individual free stuff, okay? So I'm going to need everybody who's asking for something for free or whatever the case may be, commenting your name, asking for a card pull. Please keep it to a limit. Really don't do it, okay? Because right now we're just doing this collective message, and I don't want to keep on commenting on that. I'm trying not to block y'all or mute y'all. You know, I think it's normalized that people just go on people live and instantly drop a question. Even before I was a reader, I never just went in somebody live and instantly put my name or requested something. So that's why I don't understand how other people do it. But I just let y'all do y'all. We ain't finna pop a blood vessel around here trying to figure it out. And I also did post something recently. So I see why. Hold on, you guys. Man. I can't even see how I can do that. What's the name? All right, you guys, if you are wanting to get on the list, you can. All right, if you guys are wanting to get on the list, you most definitely can send in your payment. I love how when you turn off the comments, I literally see nothing on the screen. For those of you who you gotta suffer for the rest of people, not saying you're suffering or anything, but you know, sometimes we want to comment, right? Don't worry, I will turn the comments back on. I couldn't find the comment where it says in order to comment you have to be a subscriber or something. I couldn't find that, so I guess I'm supposed to do that a whole nother way. So I just had to turn off all the comments because I didn't feel like individually muting or blocking people, because I pick up on certain energy where some people I'm like, okay, mute. With other people I'm like, okay, block. You know, I don't just block every single person that do something or mute every single, you know. So it was ways that I like doing stuff, but I'm overstimulated. My brain is already going through enough. So I just was like, here. So I just had to, let me turn up the comments, okay? But yeah, don't worry. If you guys have any comments, you can just write them down. You can tell me about them later. If you have any advice that you need, you can also write that down and tell me later. But don't worry, I will eventually turn the comments back on. All right. But until then, you guys can double tap the screen if you're able to send gifts. I do appreciate the gifts. They are a form of money. So gifts are welcome. Okay. Double taps. You don't get anything for double taps, but I'm perfectly fine with that. Double tapping just shows that you're I can't even think. Contributing to the live. I wasn't even looking for the word contributing. But I guess it also can help bring more people in the live. But yeah, if you guys want to become a subscriber, get on the list for anything I have. I do multiple things. If you want to check out my website, you can. If you want to schedule a free consultation, you can. All right. If you're ever looking for readings, a lot of my messages are timeless. I feel like a lot of messages could be timeless. It doesn't have to be, oh, because I'm me and it's timeless. Like it's just sometimes if I do a message for today, like this message, it can resonate a year later because it's energy. Like sometimes you could be in this energy today, tomorrow, and you're not in it the next moment, right? So regardless, I'm saying this to say, if you go to my YouTube, it has almost every single video that I've ever recorded. All right. When it comes to readings and also when it comes to just my own thoughts or wisdom, that is on my YouTube. I also have a separate YouTube where it's like gaming videos on there. I used to be this crazy gamer girl. I still be gaming, but it's not every day like how it used to be. What else, you guys? I have different stuff that I do and that I need to do. But yeah, for right now, advice if you need it, readings if you need it, life coaching sessions if necessary, okay? I provide it all. I'm a divination practitioner, spiritual life coach, holistic consultant, multifaceted advisor. Okay, the list does go on. All right. Don't forget, if you're interested in my content, make sure you do give me a follow. All right. Any more messages here for the collective? Something is emerging, or like I said, you're going to emerge, okay, into the official energy that you're meant to be in. Because see, you always were official. Your heart was always top tier. It's just that it's been hindered because of especially a romantic situation that you possibly was in. Things happening to people who you may have loved or whatever the case may be. And I feel like you should celebrate your love. I feel like you don't give ordinary love. Like that song by Sade. This is no ordinary love. Hey, child, we about to put on some Sade. This is no ordinary love. You give me the kiss. Alright, Sade's song that came on, it's called Paradise. Alright, angel number 38, 25, 33 is very significant, as well as 22 and 31. Whether it's age, month and day, year, like hours, days, minutes, seconds, weeks, years. It's just significant. Whether it's an angel number, you could just look up and ask ChatGPT what this means, right? Or you can ask yourself, what does this mean to me? But I feel like you are a person that's fair. You are a person of justice. And I feel like a lot of things that happened to you, it wasn't fair. Because I feel like when you love, you actually love. You are a genuine person. So I feel like you really went through things that was crazy. It was wild because you did not deserve that, right? But see, that's why the things that you go through is not based on your value. People who reject you or hurt you, that's not based on your value. Them doing that does not mean that you were not valuable. That does not mean that you were not capable of being loved. That does not mean any of those things. And I feel like a lot of times you come into people's lives for a reason. And it's to give them energy that was very much rare and did not exist to them, not even from their own parent or guardian. And I feel like you've been through a lot and you have the wounds to show for it. But I feel like this did not change your heart. Like you always still had a good heart, but even though maybe you have done some things that probably wasn't you, right? But I feel like at the end of the day, you still were like a genuine person though. Like you meant well, you mean well. And I feel like what life is teaching you is possibly truth. It's possibly about who you could become. Because the crazy thing is you don't have anybody personally in this world telling you, you did good, I'm going to give you a star. Oh, that was bad, go in timeout. Or whatever the case may be, right? So I feel like you are seeing with your own eyes different versions of yourself and different things that exist in the world. But I feel like as a person capable of love, this is also connected to your essence. This is also connected to your sense of self. This is also connected to different things. So with your heart chakra being hindered as a child, and even more as a teenager, or when you started getting into your adolescence, especially going into situations with high expectation and an open, vulnerable heart space or version of yourself, naive, gullible, etc. But see, we're not going to beat ourselves up about anything. We're not going to beat the next person up about anything either. Because if that's the case, we're going to be pointing fingers for whoever was I'm telling you, for generations after generations. Oh yeah, my mom did this, my dad did. Okay, now we got to look at their mom and dad. Okay, now we got to look at their mom and dad. Well, damn, now we got to look at their mom. It's going to always go back and go back and go back. So it's like you're going to be pointing fingers for centuries, and you're going to go all the way back to, right? But what have you learned and accumulated that the world has not personally taught you through their own mouth, but you've come into this version because of the pain, the sorrow, etc. But see, the heart was the greatest gift. Everything is the greatest. See, all of this is connected to your one being, though. See, that's possibly how you come into integrating with yourself. It's when everything within you is connected: mind, body, soul. That's the integration. That's the union of self. Something about your work. Y'all been working, you've been working, something. Whether it was literally within a job, whether it was just the world been walking you like a dog, like I said earlier, whatever it is, you've been working on yourself maybe, or this is encouraging you to work on yourself, because once again, this is the only way that you're going to come into inner peace and live the life that you were always meant to receive, because now you'll be accessible to it. Some of y'all, you're not accessible to things, especially not as much as you think you are. Some of you guys, you have a dark aura. And I remember when somebody mentioned a black aura, I thought that meant your value, your essence, etc. But no, that meant your energy. So if you depressed, you may have a black aura, etc. So you're not thriving, you're not living, you're not operating as the version of yourself that you could be, or even grasping everything at its full and whatever it's giving. See, that's why I said the world on the inside is a reflection of the world on the outside. If you got internal conflict and turmoil and all of this, it says you are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. It's a miracle to have a heart like yours. It's a miracle to go through all of these things and still be capable of love, even though your heart chakra is hindered a bit, but still being at that capacity. Because at least you got to this point. Some people couldn't even get to this point. And we way back here. You know, they not even on the spectrum, because this is time to love. So either they were, I'm telling you, it was just completely hindered. Therefore, their vision and everything else was hindered. That's why people cheat on people. That's why people do this. That's why people do all this stuff. It's not personal. You don't look at somebody like, oh, they cheated on me, that means I'm ugly, that means this. No, that does not mean any of those things. It did not mean that you needed to change. It did not mean that you needed to be better. Like on Love and Medicine, a show that's something. I know the lady got cheated on, and everybody was trying to make it seem like it was her fault because she wasn't there. But the crazy thing is, it's not like her husband was emotionally cheating. He was sexually cheating. So don't try to make it seem like it was her fault. That's time to lust and everything else. That has nothing to do with, oh, my wife wasn't loving me how I wanted love. Somebody always trying to victimize themselves and turn some on the next person and all this stuff. And I feel like that's what happened with a lot of you guys. A lot of unfairness. Maybe some of y'all was even giving a lot of people grace. That's why God is giving you grace. If you believe in God and whatever you believe, or if you don't believe in nothing. But that's why good things will happen for you regardless. But a lot of times you are that miracle in people's lives. And I know. But I'm not saying, at least I'm not around here telling you that your purpose is to serve everybody and do all this other. No, respectfully, no, it's not. I ain't passing that around. Maybe at one point in time I was passing shit around, but that was before I even knew what the hell something was, honey. I'm thinking I know what spirituality is. I don't know what the hell I was talking about. Because I grew up religious, so I'm thinking, okay, maybe this has rules and this and that. But that's the point of spirituality. Ain't no goddamn rule. What you mean? Just a little free spirit. That's what you meant to be, free spirit. with your good heart that you have. But if it's hindered, how are you going to really thrive and come into the life that you were always meant to live, or enjoy life as much as you can? See, some of y'all, you probably can enjoy it enough to where you probably laugh here and there, or whatever the case may be. But nah, it's supposed to be, I'm telling you, exceeding its limits. It's supposed to be busting at the bando, okay? See, this is what's even disconnecting you from yourself. Some of y'all probably feel like you're not. I ain't finna get into that. But it's hindering your connection with the divine as well. And a lot of other things. See, you walking amongst a world probably looking like a normal person, but ain't nothing about you normal. That's what I was saying earlier. I ain't finished my point. Now I finished it. Simple. See how simple that was? It didn't take an hour. Okay? But now I know why my messages be that long. Like when I be starting off, that's what happens. I don't prep before or none of that, to where I do the message and then I sit on it for about 30 minutes, 15 minutes or whatever. Because I always feel like whatever I feel right now, I got to just say it. I got to say it. And therefore, we going as is. So, never mind. I don't take long when giving messages. So, work on your root chakra and your solar plexus would be really great. And your heart chakra. Really all your chakras at this point. But I'm telling you, you fix one thing, you never know, it may create a domino effect in a good way. They'll be like, what you do? Shit, all I did was boom. Even you thought it was gonna be an obstacle or a lot to do. Whole time it wasn't a lot to do at all. But the way that you're going about life is going to be a lot harder. It's going to be a lot difficult because you're not at peace and you're not happy and you're not as whole like you was when you were a kid. Some people probably feel like they can never get back to that energy, and that's the worst thing to probably feel. The worst way to probably feel. All right, feel free to comment, you guys, if you would like to comment, share your feedback, share your thoughts. If not, don't worry, honey. You can just enjoy the live, honey. Yes. You are a miracle, therefore miracles will happen for you. But if your heart chakra is closed off, I feel like this is going to be able to hinder your faith, your ability to even believe that you're capable of this, that. Is going to hinder your expansion. It's going to hinder your passion. It's going to hinder all these things. And you will probably think it wasn't going to hinder that much, besides maybe, oh, I got a little trust issue or something. No, baby, it's deeper than that. Period. That's the message. Now I'm done. Do you know infinite possibilities? Do you know what could happen being in this energy? Similar to if a human was to think with 100% of their brain, because you know we don't. But shit, trauma is probably what's getting in the way of that. Low key. Vanity out here, which ties to pride. 555, when you conclude it. That's what I'm saying. That 5-5 energy has been significant for a lot of us. You can say, I am optimistic as an affirmation. All right. On here, there's many meanings to 555. All right. Some people look at it as change. If we're talking in tarot, some people look at it as conflict and problems, right? But on here with this deck, it says a major shift is coming about, or a major shift is about to come into your life. Okay, see, they got a few typos in this. But a major shift is about to come into your life experience and change your path's direction. Be open and stay positive. All right? Yeah, for those of you, maybe you end up doing things that you said you weren't gonna do before. Like I said, for some of y'all, I'm getting this reconciliation energy. Maybe you already could have did whatever this was. Maybe some of y'all, this is future energy. And this is not confirmation to reconcile with your ex. No, honey, no. That's the only time I will use don't feed your delusions. Other than that, delusion should not exist. Who created that word? Okay? But, I mean, if you feel called to, that's you. Maybe you feel like, I don't know, but me, team no ex, honey. No. Period. But you do what you want to do. All right, I don't like projecting on people. Whatever for me, I don't say that that's the way. Okay, even though, I mean, but everybody got their own mind and their own whatever, you know. So that's why I let people do what they do. You know, because with certain beliefs, that's how you create the life you create, you know. Maybe with whatever my own personal beliefs is why I say team no ex, you know. So at the end of the day, beliefs are, you know, they change and whatever. So I say do what you want, but at the end of the day, I'm team you. I'm team you collective. All right? I need you to be team self. Everything else will come. Everything will. Yeah. But you the official person. You the big dog. You the big dog. That's what I'm getting. And it's not how the three playing and they're oh, I want to be powerful and all this shit. No. Big dog is in your energy. Your essence. Not oh no, oh, I'm bragging. I'm no. Shut your ass up. No. Has nothing to do with that. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Okay, I fuck with this. I fuck with this. Okay. I fuck with that. I fuck with that. Okay. Love me some instrumental, okay? I'm a violin girly, but I mean, I like music. I fuck with, I like music, child. I like music. Any type of music, you'll hit me listening to it. If it sounds good to my ears, okay? I just started paying attention to the lyrics maybe a year ago. I used to not really pay too much attention to lyrics, and I'd just be jamming. But now I'll be listening to what people be saying. I'll be like, ooh, that hit. Okay. Or sometimes I'll be like, ooh, what he said? But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying, y'all. It's pretty much what I'm saying. Some of you guys could be experiencing like some health issues. I'm telling you. Man, the heart chakra, that's so crazy how important that is. Because if some of y'all if some of you guys are experiencing bad health, but you over here with this hindered heart chakra shit, you probably not even going to nurture yourself in the way that you would have if your heart chakra was a little bit more, you know, it has nothing to do with it being on purpose. That's the mess. That's the mess. See, I just feel like I constantly have to say something. It's not on purpose. And some of y'all, this is unconsciously done. So you probably gonna be navigating through the world. It's some of y'all is unconscious, and even if you conscious within some area, it's something else that you don't see. I don't know. Take how it resonate. It don't have to be for everybody. But you persevering. And the key is perseverance. Because sometimes you may not see the answer right now or see the progress right now. But honey, what about later? You forgot? You forgot about the future? Okay? Sometimes things do take time. Let's be patient. Okay? Let's work on our patience. I understand some of y'all, you got this fiery energy about you. But, all right? Yeah. You don't want to just disappear in the wind and basically live a life that's filled with, it's not based on freedom. It's just based on 3D world playing issues and problems and mindsets and lifestyles. Like, nah, that's not how it's meant to be. It's really supposed to be the heaven on earth. But you're supposed to create that. But the thing is, the heaven lives within you. So if you are not at peace, if you are not basically healed from the things that basically tarnished you and hindered you, then I feel like, you're still on this journey. You still on that journey, okay? And don't beat yourself up, But this is not, you're not meant to hate people. You're not meant to become the worst version of yourself. None of those things. So this is just a reminder. And this is also a caution sign to help you be aware that your heart chakra is not the way that it used to be. Although you're still capable and able to love how you were and to give and do all these things how you were, but it seems like you're more cautious. It seems like you're less vulnerable. It seems like you're more guarded, right? These different things. So just know that your feelings are valid and you go at your own pace of healing. But don't dwell. Whatever you can do right now, I encourage you to do it, because little do you know, this is affecting your life tremendously, and not just your love life, but even life overall, business, whatever, how you see things, your own beliefs can even be, a thing. That's how important this is. That's how connected it is. You were an official person before, you're an official person now, and I guarantee you will be that in the future. But I guess some of y'all, you just needed to come across this message as you continue to navigate down your path. Loosen up your booty cheeks, relax. Life is not meant to be hard. It's not meant to be stressful. That's the karma that we give ourselves from our own personal beliefs. So if you need to shift some things around, realign some things, or give yourself enlightenment or be gentle with yourself, please do, because you're already going through enough. And you don't need to be the person that's putting yourself through something, because the main person who can get you out of something is you. These people who hurt you, apparently they can't turn that around for you. They possibly will be capable of hurting you again. So you're going to have to do this yourself. And look, don't forget, you got the wisdom. You didn't go through all of these things for no reason. You're a generational curse breaker, shaman, all these powerful, amazing things. But of course you would be that in the earthly plane. We already know what was going on spiritually. So of course it was going to be like that in this 3D plane. But in order to really merge and balance out human self, highest self, physical, spiritual, whatever, don't forget the wisdom. Follow your inner compass. Trust your intuition. Have faith. And forgive. Because you're only creating health issues for yourself. And health problems and all this. That's why some people, they're experiencing infertility or all this other stuff. And not necessarily because of their heart space, but at the same time, because of your heart space. If your heart space is in a certain energy, you may become promiscuous. You may lose yourself. Like, different things can happen when that heart chakra isn't all the way where it needs to be. Shoes. That means you're not at your full essence of self-love. So that means you're still capable of doing things that can actually be detrimental to yourself, even if that's engaging in certain things. Like some of you guys who, you may not do things in a lower vibrational way, but it's still in a way that's like, yeah, we need to clean that up a bit. Because if you out here throwing yourself in a connection and you falling head over heels for people who you barely even know, you gotta remember, babe, you're an official person. People should be head over heels about you, not the other way around. You gotta contain that, honey. For some of y'all who's flirtatious or hopeless romantics, honey, we can't be no hopeless romantic. Not with that heart. All right, you gotta shift some things. You gotta set some firmer boundaries. You gotta love self, and you gotta master. You gotta master this energy of love. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not saying that if you don't do this, you're never gonna be this and that. No, I'm not finna be scaring the collective like that. I'm not finna be giving them messages that I don't know is true. No, I don't know if that's true. I'm not gonna share it. But what I will say, I feel like this is the path of inner peace. And last time I checked, I'm for inner peace. If I ain't for nothing else, I'm for inner peace, honey. Because, you know, there's many beliefs floating around the world. Oh, we got to do this. Oh, we going to go to hell. We going to do... Oh, da, da. I'm going to just say this. Inner peace is one thing that I will believe that we meant to, you know, experience. Because, shit, you don't got inner peace. What the hell is you living for? And I don't mean that in the worst way possible. I just mean, damn. You literally in a mental prison, or you literally in a physical prison, but you're not even in jail. Whatever the case may be. So, let that be the goal. Let that be the target. All right? Because I know me being on earth, I was going from this belief, then I came into another one, then I was just confused as hell. And then I'm over here like, is this right? Is this wrong? So I would not spread that same energy around to everybody else, because, child, that is not a good feeling. So that's why I try to make sure I don't be projecting on nobody, and that I give, you know, particular messages for sure. All right, but that's pretty much what I'm saying, you guys. I appreciate your time and your energy. I'm not going to keep you for long. My phone about to die as well. But that's pretty much the messages that I have for you. I'm going to flip through here real quick to see if there's some last messages to give. But celebrate your love, baby. It's a good thing you exist. You need to be celebrating you. What you celebrating? Me? It's your birthday? No. Okay. All right. See, a lot of things are really significant. We be talking all day. But see, my energy already going down, and I got a headache. So it's different stuff. Yeah, the planet Venus for sure. Taurus energy, all right. Libra as well, whatever the case may be. Any signs that's ruled by Venus, which Libra, Taurus. Like that lady. What's that meme? She was like... She's that old lady, but it sounds kind of rude when you call somebody old, like a little bit. But anyways, Venus, it ties to love, beauty, and harmony. Exactly. Harmony within self, harmony within life, for real. Attraction, art, pleasure, relationships, balance, for sure. Your creativity, all that is attached. I'm telling you, all of that is significant. All right, maybe some of you guys, if you're interested in like astrology and numerology, I feel like you should really get into it for real, like, and whatever that may be for you. Some of y'all may feel that means diving into research. Some of y'all may feel that means going within. Take out, resonate. Don't confuse yourself. All right. Now, when it comes to the elements, right, fire energy, which I did keep seeing, all right, and we'll do a little bit of earth. With fire energy here, it ties to spirit, action, inspiration, okay, passion, vitality, leadership, enthusiasm, all right, usually motivated by desire and creativity, all right. Some of you guys it gives daredevil, right? When I was writing down this energy, I thought about a daredevil energy, so that's why I'm including that with that. But next, with the earth energy, right, it says matter, stability, practicality, groundedness, reliability, patience, material awareness, motivated by results, and security. Okay, so these are very significant. I'm not going to talk too much about it. I feel like it tells the story enough. So it's just letting you know that these things are significant, or like with the message that we got, doing that particular work on yourself can actually benefit you in these other areas. Okay, it's different ways that I can see how a message is being said, but I'm just gonna move forward. Okay, the air energy for sure is also significant. It does tie to love, which is crazy. All right. So air signifies thought, intellect, communication, logic, curiosity, social interaction, adaptability, motivated by ideas and connection. And last but not least, we can go ahead and do water, since I already did the other ones, especially since water is tied to love. All right, it says emotion, intuition, sensitivity, compassion, empathy, depth, imagination, motivated by feelings and inner truth. All right, and since that Taurus energy was significant, it gives fixed sign energy, and it ties to stability, material, focus, patience, and sensuality. Can also focusing can also be a separate thing of its own as well, but I'm gonna read Libra. It's a cardinal sign, okay? Tying to harmony, partnership, diplomacy, and beauty, for sure. See, when we not living in a world based off trauma and victimization, certain things possibly wouldn't exist. Like we possibly wouldn't call people narcissists, devils, and other things. We'll probably just look at them as once an innocent baby who just possibly didn't receive the love and nurturing or whatever that they needed as a child. And we're not validating anything, right? But I just feel like people would have seen things in a different way. And shit, we probably wouldn't have been so traumatized by things. We probably wouldn't have took a lot of things personal. That's why I'm all for experiencing life individually. If I were to have kids, I most definitely would not try to program anything in their mind that is fear-based, restrictive, or unhealthy for them overall. That includes food. All right, but you can't change anyone except for self. So instead of us pointing the finger, we gonna redirect it around here, okay? Freedom. Yep. Number 5 can also tie to freedom. Okay, it can also tie to change, adventure, and transformation. Energy of movement and experience. All right, it can also tie to flexibility, adaptability, curiosity, exploration, variety, and independence. Exactly. See, we got 8 coming out here, which ties to power. It can also tie to abundance for a lot of people, as well as material success, control, and karmic balance. Okay, manifestation through discipline. Yes, it ties to ambition, authority, strength, abundance, success, karma, and business. And remember we was talking about renewal? That's the number 10. And the number 10 was very significant for you guys. And the number 10 here, usually some people will think of it as endings, but it ties to renewal. Okay, it talks about completion leading to a new start, unity of 1 and 0. All right, it ties to wholeness, cycles, rebirth, manifestation, evolution, and divine order. Yeah, this is what they really meant, like how things are really supposed to go. So you can get a message and it could be met and interpreted in whatever way that it is, but a lot of times you can still end up getting the official message that it's meant to come off as, like regardless of being misled, miss this, miss that, miss whatever. Just like that's why I be like, take what resonates, because you can hear something but you can still should possibly look at it in a metaphorically, or you can switch some things around or just interpret it there. That's really what it is. It's the interpretations. So in actuality, some people probably be like, oh, that message was wrong, or da-da. If the messenger said it in a certain way, okay, then I can see why people say that. But if you are saying a message yourself, then I just feel like it's the interpretation. that's possibly off. I remember somebody said that 2 things can be true at once. And hey, look, it worked for me here. Worked for me, child. I don't got time. I'll be right here popping a blood vessel. I got a Gemini and Mercury ties to communication and mentality. So this brain, honey, it'll go all day. See what I see. I haven't heard this song in a while. That's crazy. I know it's new Mary J. Blige on that. All right, we did say angel number 22 is significant. All right, it ties to grounding dreams into physical reality. Okay, the architect of destiny. It ties to manifestation, service, mastery, world building. Okay, mastery again, and divine purpose. See, this is for my more I don't want to say spiritual people, but for my more people who feel like they have this purpose, especially within the world. All right, remember we said the root was very significant. It signifies stability, grounding, survival, security, physical needs, okay? Psychological or emotional themes. Okay, it can... Oh, wait, not emotional themes. I just meant to say emotional. But the themes of the root is safety, security, financial stability. And remember we talked about the root, etc. earlier. How if you have an imbalanced root, then you will feel fear and anxiety and all of this. So like I said, if you guys missed that, don't worry. This video will be uploaded to my YouTube. It most definitely will be uploaded before the month ends. Hopefully. Okay, because I have like other stuff that I need to post on both TikTok and YouTube. And some strictly just YouTube, child. So, but I will try to make sure I get to it, like I always try to do. All right. The heart is significant. It ties to or signifies love, compassion, forgiveness, and connection. See? It's tied to forgiveness. Okay, it says that it also ties to or involves emotional balance, empathy, unconditional love, healing, relationships, and self-love. Exactly. So if these things, if you're loving people unconditionally has been hindered, that means now you're loving people conditionally, or whatever the case may be, right? Healing relationships. See, that's what the world could be a peaceful place right now, but people are constantly dishing out trauma into the world, like hurting people, so therefore it now is existing. But then also people who are not forgiving, and the people who dishing out the trauma most definitely need to be working on some forgiveness, because they're operating as their worst selves. They're not even operating as the best version of themselves, or a quarter of that. So so imagine them not capable of this energy at all, but you still capable of it, but you throwing in the towel, you so tired, you so fed up. That's probably why it's this divine purpose, because low-key you are a miracle to the world, and you are the example of love that the world will probably mention. Like how people be like, I pray this love finds me. You're what people pray for. You're what people want in relationships. What people, it's just something about you, honey. It's something about you. But yeah, all of these other chakras are significant, but I need you guys to go do your own research on those, okay? See, when your heart chakra is balanced, you feel open, loving, forgiving. But when it's imbalanced, you probably are experiencing grief, emotional coldness, jealousy. You see all of those things. See, jealousy don't look good on you. Last time I checked, you was never a jealous person. right? That's what I'm saying. So be gentle with yourself. Some things you didn't picked up on it from your experiences, right? So that helps you even have less judgment with others, because now you realize, well, shit, they experienced the same thing. People, whatever happened with them, and this is a child and all this other stuff. Now I can see why, because it's happening to me. It exists with me. This is what happened with me. Now I can see how I feel, or now I see how other people feel, or how other people may feel alone, or how other people may feel this. But some people, they're like this chosen one energy, to where they're able to be teachers and healers and prophets and these things. And I feel like everybody be capable, but maybe that's what they mean by everyone's something, but not everyone's chosen, or something like that. Not in the sense of, oh, because your brain is the size of a pea, or no, none of that. Oh, because you're not as special. Nah. But we are going to give the collective their props, instead of people feeling insecure and they demons, getting exposed. That ain't got nothing to do with the collective. Okay? Just like how the collective is responsible of their own, yeah, vice versa. Like, would you want the collective to apologize for shining too bright, which is something that they don't control? Ain't no such thing as shining too bright, honey. Because at the end of the day, them very people gonna need that, crave that, and want that. But they gotta give it to themselves. You gotta give it to themselves. The thing is, everyone comes into life realizing this and knowing this. I've never been every single person, so I wouldn't know if every single person did come into that. But me, experiencing life on my own, I realized that all I needed was to experience life to come into anything that I need to come into, because that's literally what been happening. That's why yeah. Alright, anything else though? Yep, of course, always something else. But get somebody else to do it, okay? Nah, I'm just playing. A little bit. Alright, we got mythical here. If you're seeing mythical creatures, or something about mythical creatures, whatever the case may be, dragons, etc., then it just signifies transformation, mastery of elements, and the blending of physical and spiritual worlds, okay? It can represent power, creation, and rebirth through balance and enlightenment. I just want to give this message to someone. Trust in yourself. Keep going down the path that you feel, okay? Because sometimes you can confuse yourself and possibly go down this path that everybody else would go on, or be this person that everybody else would be. But nah, I feel like you just keep doing what you're doing, bruh. Like, sometimes you may feel like, especially if it's reconciliation or whatever the case may be. But I feel like a lot of things can have a purpose into why you do things. Either you need to bump your head, or either it's something bigger, right? But my phone on 1%, so I got to end the live. Take care. It was great having you. Bye.